Hell's Kitchen has given us some all-time beloved contestants, with chefs such as Petroza, Rochelle, and Sterling win over millions of viewers with their insanely likable behavior compared to the rest of the cast. However, one thing that these contestants all have in common is that unfortunately, they never have actually won the show. Heck, there had arguably been no true standout fan favorite chefs in the first 22 seasons of the show that would go on to win Hell's Kitchen. But that would all change in season 23, Head Chefs Only, as Kyle Timpson would not only dominate, but was his bubbly self throughout, and today, we'll be going through his entire run in Head Chefs Only. Be sure to hit that subscribe and like button to support these story videos, and with that, here's the full story of Kyle Timpson.
Bloody hell, here I go again.
The premiere episode is important for any newer contestant with the extra time, and that would be no different for Kyle here, as not only would he give some great early winner quotes to represent who he would be this season, but he would indeed back it up with a great first impression of Ramsay, being a key component to the best dinner dish tasting in Hell's Kitchen history.
That zebra outfit. Where did that come from?
My closet. Most people don't wear an outfit like this on the first day of a competition. I want people to underestimate me. If people underestimate me, they will have no idea what I can bring to the table. I am very confident in my signature dish, the Thai coconut red curry. I am going to make my food big, bold, flavorful, and sexy, just like me.
Carl, take me back to the beginning. Where did it start?
Started when I was in school. I didn't have a lot of friends. I started cooking and sharing my baked goods with the classmates, and then I suddenly grew to make friends and turned it into a career.
Tell us about the dish.
This is a Thai red curry with coconut broth, pickled hibiscus pineapple, red snapper.
The fish is cooked beautifully.
Thank you, chef.
But the broth is exceptional. Skin's super crispy. It's a very strong four.
Thank you, chef.
So while a lot of chefs got highlighted and got their backstories, and essentially everyone had an amazing signature dish, I truly think Kyle stood out from the pack, as he obviously stands out just by naturally being who he is, and it seems like he's surely not going to change who he is despite the elements of Hell's Kitchen. Episode 2 would be invisible for Kyle, as he would be put out in the dining room, and thus was away from this awful opening night service to officially put an end to his 2-part premiere. Episode 3 would also be a great episode for Kyle, as in the first team challenge, he was super confident in his dish, and he would indeed back up the big talk by producing the best dish of the night on the blue team despite the loss.
Growing up on the East Coast, I used to go fishing all the time. I used to work on a boat. Seafood, it's second nature to me, so I know what to do with every single ingredient here. So after tasting my sauce, it's not my best work, so I'm gonna change it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like a chipotle dashi with it. Sounds crazy, but it's delicious.
If I'm from Jersey, would love to fry a soft shell crab, so I did a tempura soft shell crab.
Aioli's delicious.
Thank you, chef.
Carl, the problem with this dish is that I can't give it 2 points. Hands down, well deserved.
Thank you,
1
chef.
point, clear.
I got the in the bag, or I got this crab in the cage.
So not only another great challenge dish, but he would also compete in his first service of the season, and was luckily invisible once again, which one would assume meant he had a good first dinner service despite the blue team once again losing. And speaking of losing, this episode would be massive for Kyle's winning chances, and for that matter, the entire competition, as for the first time in Hell's Kitchen history, 3 chefs would go home in one episode, as Shanton Uri had to leave due to medical reasons, but that didn't stop Ramsay from eliminating Corbin anyway after staying around the kitchen like the Statue of Liberty. So all of a sudden, essentially a fourth of the competition is gone only 2 services into the season. Episode 4 though will begin with the chefs playing pickleball to determine the ingredients, with Kyle having his first true of many Kyle moments this season.
That just missed James by a millimetre.
Oh, I was watching everybody, and I was like, oh, how hard could it be? And I'm literally the worst one.
There you go. Yeah. Oh! Duck breast.
I'd rather be the worst at pickleball than the worst in the kitchen.
Seriously, how is it possible to unintentionally miss that many times? Luckily though, while Kyle may not win any Athlete of the Year awards, he's a damn good cook, and he would continue his challenge dominance by earning another point, resulting in the blue team's victory. And during this challenge, we would see some massive foreshadowing, as Kyle was able to bond with Wit, who used her punishment pass, and keep this relationship in mind going forward. Episode 5 though, we would see the first true tough moment for Kyle, as he would step up to the plate and would make 2 burgers instead of just 1. However, while you have to respect Kyle for the effort, it would simply be too much to handle.
Where's the lamb?
No.
Where's the lamb?
No.
I'm just losing it. 35 minutes goes really quick.
Put it right there, put it right there.
9, 8, 3, 2, 1, and serve. Kyle.
Chef, this is a dry aged bacon burger. Okay. There's bacon in the burger. I also had Roma tomato, chef. That was a chutney that is still on my station.
A little bit of one note. Unfortunately, I'd say no points.
No points to
Chef. I forgot the beautiful tomato chutney. You know, a game changer to the dish. Had I put it on there, I probably would have got a point. You know, I didn't get the point on the dry aged burger, which sucked. So I hope that my next burger will be better than the first.
Wow. Patties cooked well. Tasty. There's a lot going on there.
the Wit or Kyle.
That's a tough call.
A tough one.
Wit.
Congratulations. The winning team is the red team. Well done. Kyle, keep your head up, yes?
Kyle, you couldn't get one?
Despite this tough challenge, not only would Kyle redeem himself on Meets That Service, but he would also touch on his performance with a great bounce back winner quote.
I care a lot. I want to give my best at all times, and I didn't today, so. You know, I want to win for my team. You know, we needed that point to tie. It's really hard to let Chef Ramsay down, you know, especially if you care. You know, this is all I care about. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. I am fully ready to redeem myself tonight. I'm going to give it my all and kill it.
Kyle, how long on meat?
I can walk right now.
Walk right now. 2 lamb, 1 welly.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chef. That better be quick.
Kyle, come over.
Yes, Chef.
Lamb cooked beautifully.
Thank you, Chef.
Good job. Service, please.
Again, one of the biggest things when it comes to winners and winner edits is just how much a chef can bounce back from a tough performance. And Kyle not only indeed bounced back during service, but the show went out of their way to highlight him. And in the end, this ended up being a good episode for Kyle, when it had no business in being good after the start. Episode 6 would be a mostly quiet episode for Kyle, as he would once again earn a point, and then would continue to be an absolute comedy relief this season, in a season full of serious head chefs.
I am gay! This is not fair! Come and get me, bitch!
Racing was fun and all, and I would totally do it again, but when can we go shopping?
And episode 7 would be essentially more of the same for Kyle, as not only would he continue to dominate the challenges and services, but he would make his teammates and the millions of fans watch at home laugh with his behavior.
Oh. The hell? Yeah, I'm who?
Kyle, don't touch me again.
That would bring us into episode 8, a massive turning point for Kyle's story, despite on paper not seeming like much. In fact, for the first time this episode, Kyle's bubbly personality was shown to actually finally be annoying his teammates. But the reason why this episode was so important was due to this being the Cook for Your Life challenge. The way the competitors were determined this time was very simply by who would score a point in the challenge, with Kyle keeping a streak going, indeed getting a point, and thus not having to compete in the Cook for Your Life. However, while that was great for Kyle, what was far more important was the fact that the strongest member of the blue team, if not the entire competition in Anthony, would be the boot here, in one of the most shocking moments in Hell's Kitchen history. Again, as you'll see later on, Kyle could have easily won this season even had Anthony survived. Heck, looking back, you could even argue that he was right on par with Anthony, if not better, and Anthony simply had a more prototypical winner's edit as opposed to Kyle's over-the-top edit. But man, Anthony just seemed like a type of chef that usually wins Hell's Kitchen, and I truly think could have been a massive problem for Kyle in the endgame. And the fact that this talented of a chef would go home this early would turn the entire competition upside down as we entered the top 10. However, with the favorite to win the season now gone, you would think this would be the time for Kyle to really step up his game now to stand out on the blue team. However, at this final 10 service, Kyle would have his first bad service of the season, being a big reason why the blue team would get kicked out.
Two carbonaras walking to the pass.
Me, bro. Run lobster.
Where's the scallops then?
Did I just?
No answer. Hey, stop. All of you, come here. Have we forgot them?
No, chef. They were
But
about
they're
to go.
going with a carbonara.
Yes, chef. Lulu.
Walk into the window.
And what about the two Hallie that y'all called?
I don't know what the problem is, but Lulu is Delulu.
Chef.
Hey, blue team. Come over.
My life.
All of you, come here. Just touch that halibut. Just touch it. It's overcooked. I'm not sending it. Start again.
Chef. Yes, chef. Not really sure how I that one up.
James, take over that table. Come here, all of you.
Here we go.
Carl, where's the scallops? Oh, no, I didn't forget them. Well, where are they then? Halibut overcooked. I'm embarrassed. I'm done. Get out.
Yes, chef. Sorry, chef.
Get out.
So yeah, an awful time for Kyle to have his first bad performance, as he was the obvious standout nominee for the night, along with Lulu. However, Kyle's bubbly personality would immediately turn to serious when standing in front of Ramsey, and one of the most emotional nomination pleas ever.
Kyle.
I'm creative as all hell. I'll work harder than literally anyone. I want to be here more than anything. Sorry. I want this more than anything in my life.
I'm not saying you need to cry to make a good nomination plea, but you cannot deny that while a bubbly and fun-loving chef, Kyle does indeed take this very seriously, and it showed with this nomination plea. And while he was likely never going home over Lulu due to her downfall since joining the blue team, this nomination plea, I think, is another true representation of Kyle's run this season. But of course, bounce back episodes are always important for winners after services like this. And surprisingly, Kyle was very positive, all things considered, when I think we all thought he would have a typical meltdown after barely survived elimination. Unfortunately, this would not be a good bounce back episode performance-wise for Kyle, getting a 0 out of 4 on the blind taste test, and being a bit slow on Garnish that night, a second bad service in a row, and likely would have been the boot had the blue team lost. However, after seeming like Kyle was free-falling in this endgame, it's almost like a flip switch in him as we enter the final 8, resulting in him having one of the strongest endgames in Hell's Kitchen history. It would once again start with Kyle at the time actually continuing his downfall, losing to Wit just like she predicted. However, Kyle would finally get his true standout service performance during the important charity night service, as he would stand out as a leader to win the best of the worst.
You fired veg, correct? Brandon?
Veg going down right now.
Firing veg. The fish is going to get seared 90% on the skin side, but we're going to hit it with clam juice to get it nice and sexy.
I'm going to delegate to Egypt and Joe.
Give me the fish in 3 minutes. I want veg in 30 seconds.
Chef Ramsey's looking for a leader, and if you can't lead, then this isn't the place for you.
All at the same time, guys.
Red team's got fish up. I need fish now.
Fish running to the path, very hot.
Kyle, happy with that
Yes, chef.
service, please?
Favorite dish so far.
It's cooked perfectly.
Blue team, the chef who had the least amount of bumps was Kyle.
So I mean, right when it looked like Kyle was failing, he would step up in the biggest of ways. And not only that, but Kyle went from being on the brink of going home to one round away from the black jacket, as 2 chefs would go home this round instead of 1 in Anne-Marie and Joe, which of course would bring us to the Black Jacket Lounge episode. And after failing to earn a black jacket during the first dish, the charismatic Kyle, who truly seemed like he was destined to fall just short of a black jacket, would indeed join the prestigious club.
I have a beautiful crispy skin duck breast with a light fragrant dashi.
Visually, it's beautiful.
Thank you, chef.
And the combination between the raw veg and the cooked veg, why?
Why ruin a fruit if it's in its prime and it's beautiful, chef?
The duck is cooked beautifully. How'd you get that done in such a short period of time?
Cold pan, sear the duck skin, finish it in the oven, chef.
Really smart move with the broth. Thank you.
Thank you, chef.
Wow. The next black jacket. Congratulations. Kyle, congratulations.
I've been through a lot. To get that black jacket means everything.
I just need to win.
Hello. Congratulations.
Thank you. I never want to take this jacket off.
Cheers, everybody.
I want to be the last one standing, and I'm going to fight to the literal death.
I think a lot of viewers felt his betrayal and struggles during the endgame meant he was being set up for the classic fan favorite Black Jacket Lounge boot. But no, Kyle would clutch up once again, And now it's a whole new game with this Black Jacket Brigade. And again, this was a very open season, as while you could even argue that Wit and Brandon have been the most talented this season, both of them have been given pretty bad edits. So realistically, Kyle had to be seen as a top 3 favorite to win as we entered the Black Jackets. But speaking of, in the first Black Jacket challenge of the season, Kyle would be paired with celebrity Judy Gold. And holy moly, do those two need their own spin-off show.
And let it grab it and pull it through.
Okay. Are you bossy in bed?
I am bossy all the time. You guys are going down. The gays are going to beat you.
That's right. Kyle is my gay son that I always wanted, but instead I had 2 straight sons.
Oh,
I know.
shame.
Thank you.
Kyle, we could have
did
put a
really
restaurant together.
Be a great restaurant.
Judy and Kyle's.
Kyle and Judy's.
Ravioli's delicious. Really good. Seasoning on point. Caviar just gives that nice little touch of saltiness and brininess at the end. Really strong start. Well done. Please take a seat.
Thank you, Chef. Great job.
Good job. Let's relax, shall we?
Our food was sexy. The sauce was creamy.
It was just
Moist.
and we like it moist.
Despite their epicness, Judy and Kyle would lose out to Wit and Drewski, but Wit would bring her friend Kyle with her on reward, which again, keep their relationship in mind for later. During service, Kyle, and for that matter, pretty much all the chefs would have a good night, with there only being one standout bad chef in Brandon, having far and away his worst service of the season, standing out so much in a bad way that Ramsay didn't even feel the need for a nomination ceremony, making Brandon the 4th ever after service elimination. And so that would bring us into the final 4, which of course means the pass run for the chefs. And while Kyle had proven himself as a great leader during charity night, running the pass is all that matters now. And one of the best overall passes in Hell's Kitchen history, Kyle couldn't be anything less than great.
Kyle's first test is already in his hand.
Order in 2 Rizzo, 2 tartare. Chef, we don't have tartare. No mistakes. I kind of feel like Chef Ramsay, but I also feel like fabulous, sassy, bitchy-ass Kyle. Carbonara! Wait, more salt, and I need it served with tongs. I am willing to yell at anyone that makes mistakes at this level. Wait, I need you to refire this carbonara. Wait, it's broken. Take your time. Fire, 1 Hallie, 1 chicken, 2 New York.
How long I need 3 minutes to the pass.
Part 3.
How long? I need those now.
He's bossing us around a little bit.
Watch your egg, you're gonna scramble.
For Kyle's final test, Chef Ramsay is switching the New York strip for ribeye.
Chef, these are ribeye, chef. I'm a fat kid and I love ribeye. The more fat, the better the taste.
Well done. Check in with Egypt what he's got going on, please.
Yes,
Yes?
chef.
Yes? Let's go.
Again, this was arguably the closest pass run in Hell's Kitchen history, as all 4 head chefs unsurprisingly did great. And it was honestly Wit's attitude during Kyle's pass run, where she lashed out at the others, that would cost her. As if not for this, Kyle may have indeed been the boot here despite a great performance. So that brings us into the final 3. And in a season full of ups and downs, Kyle just naturally has to be seen as the weakest of the 3, given that he was the last chef to make it in. But during the final 3 challenge, Kyle would have one of the best performances ever, damn near getting all the possible 50 points, going from last chef into the final 3, to first chef into the final 2.
Kyle, please describe your dish to chef. Thank you.
This is a beautiful bluefin tuna crudo. There is a chili oil, rice pearls, and a little blood orange fennel salad.
Ooh. Wow. The crudo from Kyle, chef, on a 1 to 10. A 10. Wow.
Thank you, chef.
Pork is cooked beautifully. The acid and the sauce here cuts through the fat. This is beautiful. Thank you.
Love that. Pork belly, chef.
10.
Wow. Explain your dish.
I have a grilled ribeye with a potato puree and a lima bean corn succotash.
It's got great balance. Well plated, great sauce.
If Kyle gets an 8 or higher, he is in the finale.
I'm gonna have to give it a 9.
Wow.
I am filled with joy right now. I'm in the finale. I will see you tomorrow night.
And so now, it's Hannah versus Kyle. A very even matchup despite being polar opposite personalities, as Hannah was your typical quiet chef that put her head down and worked her ass off in the kitchen, while of course Kyle was extremely over the top, but still nevertheless worked his ass off as well. It truly is a battle of polar opposite head chefs here. However, with getting the first overall pick, Kyle would end up with a far better team in Brandon, Joe, Whit, and Lulu. But of course, the big scare here was Whit, who was super salty about her elimination. So that would bring us into the finale, and not only would Kyle once again prove himself despite his silly behavior, but that behavior won over Whit so much that not even she could even think about not giving it her all for Kyle, being his MVP in this finale.
It's the final service in Hell's Kitchen. I'm gonna make this service my bitch.
Make sure everything is seasoned, guys. I need salt in everything. All water needs salt. Beautiful.
Yeah?
Try and get one swipe.
Yes, chef. I'm not thrilled about just making salads. I'm not even gonna be cooking anything.
Lulu, speed up on that salad. Make sure it's nice and sexy.
Lulu, let's push those apps back a little bit so we don't jam the pass.
You got it.
Brandon, can you get crab meat in that sauce for the...
Yeah.
Rhythm is like starting to build momentum. Separating the appetizers between everybody actually works. I was wrong. Kyle was right.
2 scallop, 2 ribeye.
Yes, chef. Chef.
What you got? Don't ask him, you tell him. You're driving the tickets, Whit.
Kyle's my boo. You know, I am ready to push Kyle over the finish line and through that door.
What's your rib?
You good on this? He walking in 30 seconds on scallop.
Over here, please. Thank you. Whit is killing it on the meat station. I'm really happy with that. Your steak is cooked perfectly, chef.
Thank you.
Down here.
Snapper.
All right.
Thank you, Pepperdell.
She nailed this chicken, just so you know.
Whit, your chicken is perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Service, please.
Kyle and Hannah have each sent out the last of their entrees.
That is my mother. Yeah.
Hi, Whit. Hi, guys. Thank you.
5% service fee for everybody in your brigade today, okay?
Yeah?
Kitchen appreciation.
I'll take that cash out.
Done.
And so, in a season of pretty much all dominance despite a slow part in the middle, all while still being his authentic self throughout, Kyle would rise above it all this season of insanely talented head chefs to win Hell's Kitchen Season 23, and in turn, become the best character to ever win the show.
3.
Sparklers flying, people screaming my name, like, what the I knew I would do well, but I didn't know I would win. Who needs moisturizer when you have tears of joy?
Again, it took 23 seasons for us to get a winner like Kyle, as we've of course had fan favorites such as Dave and Christina Wilson win the show. But to say that personality wasn't a part of Kyle's would simply be objectively false. And again, it makes sense why people like Kyle usually don't win the show, as being a head chef at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant is obviously extremely serious, and you wouldn't expect someone as lovable and bubbly as Kyle to be the one to take on that role. And heck, it indeed looked like Kyle would fall just short at times throughout the season with his slow mid-game, and damn near being the Final Four boot. But Kyle would be an absolute challenge beast all season, basically getting a point in every opportunity, and having one of the best Final 3 performances ever, was great in all but 2 services, and best of all, was an insanely great leader, with his charity night, Final Four pass, and finale all highlighting one of the strongest endgames ever. While I personally don't think Kyle is quite a top tier winner due to the admittedly lucky breaks he had throughout the season, there's simply no denying that he is the most charismatic and flat out best character to ever win the show. And we will likely never get a winner with a personality like Kyle ever again. So there you have it, guys, the full story of Kyle Timpson in Hell's Kitchen Head Chefs Only. Let me know if Kyle is indeed your favorite winner in the comments below. And be sure to hit that subscribe and like button, and I'll get you more story videos just like this. With all that said, take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.
Get out of there.